Welcome back to the Margaret River Pro, an exciting day of action, and just a big reminder for the second year running, we've got the Drop Festival back here at the Margaret River Pro on Saturday, June 1st. Get your tickets now at thedropfestival.com and we'll see you there. Celebrating music, community, culture, and love for the ocean, as well as we've got the biggest names in Australian music. We saw a lot of great people there enjoying all the action, a lot of the best surfers in the world.
And Ant-Man, Paul Patterson, called it out first thing this morning, said number 2. Here we go, Owen Wright on the first wave of the set. Watch out for the one behind it. Let me tell you, here it comes.
Famously known as Ant-Man, off the bottom, and a big carve right over Owen. Griffin Colapinto laying it down with style and grace. So fluid in his approach. Every turn makes so much sense. Brought so much excitement to the tour last year as a rookie that made finals day to that equal third performance. Surfing at 100%. How'd you like to start here?
Yeah, I love the start here, right over the top of Owen right there. Just lucky that board didn't drive deep enough, but beautiful opening maneuver there for Griffin Colapinto, and it's looking like he's on form here as he gets nice and low. See how he sort of compresses and then drives off the fins. Owen digging deep. Look how deep Owen's going. And then Griffin just sliding into it, lets the fins go right there, but the ability to react to that, using that left hand as a stabilizer, get himself back into action. Great stuff there from Griffin on his opening ride. You know, the ability of these kids to turn mistakes into fantastic maneuvers is incredible, isn't it?
And even when he's on the open face, he can make every turn look so exciting with that cool, radical approach. Here comes Michel Bourez, big windup, perfect wrap to set up the right-hander at main break. Jams it vertically for a clean combination of maneuvers. Nothing left on the rocks, and he's out of there.
You know, what you're going to see from Michel out here, Joe, he's not scared to commit to that opening maneuver. The second maneuver really for Michel is secondary. He really focuses all the way back around into the whitewater and then deals with whatever's coming up next. And I think you do that, if you have that state of mind out here, I think it's going to bode well for you. Just focus on that first turn and really make sure you nail it shut. And you can watch him, he could have cut it short right there, but he just kept pushing all the way back around. He wasn't scared to commit to that turn and finish that turn and then deal with whatever the wave was going to throw at him after that, which he did fine. So commit to that first maneuver and make sure you nail it shut, and that's where all the points are going to come from.
Okay, I've got another idea for you. Well, hold on that. 19:30 to go. Beautiful waves coming around the corner at the main break. Former champ out here gets started with a big tail high punt. Almost pulls that major out the back. Owen Wright starting to swing now. Snap to a carve. Always silky smooth. Jamming it hard in the guts of the wave, and he'll fade out.
It's going to answer right back here, straight up into the lip there, and gets that big sort of snap off the top. Look how smooth he is, Joe. Just so clean and effortless almost the way he surfs. And then there's that little bit of aggression that he brings into it and lights it up.
This one will continue with the grommet from San Clemente. Colapinto off the bottom, clean rail work. Sets up that little climbing section. Frames it vertical quickly. Here comes the wrap. So mixing it up a bit down the line. Griffin already had the 6.5 as his starter. And now getting a backup for it with 18:30 to go. He's really only surfing in his heats. So you go back to Colapinto.
Beautiful opening turn from Griffin, and then this wave got really tricky to ride, but somehow did a little karate chop through the lip on the inside. Drive down, you know, a little beaten track and pull up, and all of a sudden you're greeted with some of the most perfect conditions you've ever seen.
Here comes Griffin Colapinto. Connects through the lip on the first section. Throw tail, reverse. Incomplete. Get right into the title race.
Yeah, that he is. Griffin, though, at the moment with the heat lead.
Next wave setting up for Michel Bourez. Tight power jam in the pocket. Good for one move.
Did something special. Michel Bourez as well. Almost launching out of that first turn.
Trying to back up the 5.33 that he threw down early in the heat. And Owen Wright will get started. Clean, tight vertical in the pocket for Owen Wright. as he just jams one quickly in the whitewater. Moving to the DHD program, getting some beautiful boards and finding a nice healthy spark off the bottom. His lines are so true and pure, even in smaller sections.
And right behind him, which is going to be the pick of the bunch on that exchange. Super tight in the pocket. And then vertical again. I mean, just the agility and the style that he brings to the game is absolutely amazing.
And that was his best result of his career at snapper, even before all he went through with the head injury at Pipeline. Here comes Owen. Big fan out the back with that connection off the lip. Lively rock and roll float in transition. And he'll slam it shut. Felt like he had control because he had to skip off with the rocks heading his way on the finish. So brilliant in between turns. Now gather himself, stand up on that shallow shelf and get back out there. 6.73 or better takes the lead off Colapinto.
Most painful things ever. Let's have a look at Owen's wave here. First turn. Beautiful searing maneuver, and then that 2-for-1 rock and roll float there. I love that from Owen. And then vertical at the end. Comes out of the white water and says, yep, I got to bail out.
This time of year in Margaret River. 4 minutes on the clock. Owen's going to set up this wave down the line. And just spins his way out.
Yeah, well, Griffin did the right thing if he didn't have priority by giving way to Michel Bourez, but Michel looked really confident that that was his wave. Not sure what happened there. Right there you can see, good move there for Griffin not to try and push the issue, just stay out of Michel's way just in case he was wrong.
Because he obviously didn't realize he was out of that priority rhythm. So now Owen taking off on the left here with 90 seconds. Create some really refreshing matchups with this new format in 2019. And Griffin will take this wave. It's not giving him too much yet, but he does need a whole lot to ramp up, not finding it there. He'll have 1 more minute to try to turn the heat with Owen Wright. Called maybe the best barrel of his life. We've heard him say that before.
Yeah, we heard him say that about his wave at Snapper Rocks a couple of years ago.
He's enjoying his time on tour in the Jersey and in free surfs. Colapinto not finding the room to take the lead off Owen Wright. Owen takes the win. Colapinto second. Unfortunately, Michel Bourez took himself out with the priority interference, as he'll have to deal with the elimination round later on in the event period. But what a massive opening day, Potts. Starting off early in the morning. We got here on dark. Finished the seeding rounds for both athletes. For both tours, I should say, women and the men. So from sun up to sundown, seeing Owen Wright get the finish. We've got a lot to talk about on the post show.